sort of play. So it needs a little bit of time, but it's in a nice area, and we've started to get the 1 hour in. So I'm just going to monitor the 4 hour over the next kind of hour and a bit to see how that closes, and then we'll have a much better answer as to whether we can start to put a little bit more focus on the lower time frames, just to see if we get some structures starting to build. Euro Kiwi, I'm looking at the longs on this. So we've had this 1, 2, 3. It looked like it was going with this strong daily retrace in the right area. We were starting to get a structure form, which you'll see on the 4 hour. We were starting to get this form, and this failed. Now, with this structure and this clear follow through into an obvious continuation pattern that then fails, and we've got this impulse to the upside, that is now why I'm looking for the longs, playing the idea that this has failed to sell, this has failed to sell, and they're almost getting this M-style kind of scoop back into the highs, or at least, into these sort of areas as a minimum. And we're working from an impulse. So we've still got the impulse correction continuation in play. So all I'm looking for here is for this middle section to kind of complete a little bit, just so we've got a bit of this going on. And then once that completes, we've got a little gap to the ray line, which is perfect. And then if price makes it down to this low and we get the gap filled and we get a 1 hour risk entry, then I'll happily look for the 1 hour with, you could probably get him somewhere around 18 pip stop. And just to the first inflection point, you're looking at a 5 to 1, just in that short run to the upside. So there's ample opportunity there to take advantage of the failure of all of these structures from selling off, and having the awareness to see we've come from an impulse, we're starting to stack orders here. We can actually now start to look at getting long and not be fixated in the sells only. So I'm sticking to the 1 hour on this because the 1 hour is, the structure is visible on the 1 hour. It's a nice weighted entry. We just need that little middle section to complete. And then once we've got the two tops, we've got first touch, gap, final touch, and then look for the buyers back into this first inflection point. And it could be a trade that just breaks out to the upside, and then you've taken advantage, as I said, of the failure of structures and not being fixated on looking at the sells only. So this could be a really nice play, and it doesn't need a lot to complete itself to start looking for entries. So that could be a really nice play today. And euro dollar. So